What's up, all you dudes and dudettes? Toy Shiz here, and for you, I have the one and only Weekly Recoup, all your best toy and entertainment news from the week prior. And really, we had a fantastic week. It's another great one. You know, every week seems to get better and better. There are a little few, things that are slow. A lot of things maybe people don't exactly agree on. Thundercats, and a lot of just really cool, interesting things that are kind of outside the realm of, let's just say, action figures, for instance. So, without further ado, let's get you all caught up and get going here for the Toyshiz Weekly Recoup. And in kicking it off, we have the one and only Ellen from The Ellen Show, and she had on the stars of the new Solo, a Star Wars movie, Childish Gambino, and what's his name? Alden hieroglyphics. Anyways, you know who I'm talking about. Lando Calrissian and Han Solo themselves, and they were cool enough to bring out some Star Wars The Black Series figures from Hasbro, and I love when you see just a different way, an outside look, kind of looking in, so to speak, of people playing with action figures. Normally people that would, they see them or they just pay no attention, much like us nerds, but it's always cool to see them, they talk about it, and what's his name? I always call him Childish Gambino, but you know who I'm talking about. Anyways, he was talking about how cool it is, that his daughter saw him in action figure form and thinks of it as such an interesting artistic style to be in, forever immortalized within an action figure. So I think that's pretty awesome in and of itself. Like I said before, I would love to have, be able to go into a Target or something like that and, oh man, there's my action figure right in the store and people actually want to buy him. But, like I said, it's just, a cool, just an interesting thing, and to just see, Ellen, playing with the action figures itself. That's really cool to me. And in continuing on, I actually did. A lot of people have asked, what do you do and other things. So, I do dabble in illustration, for my job, and I just did a really quick time lapse drawing of classic 1980s Lino, just to kind of reassure everyone. A lot of people are saying like, oh, I don't know why you like that Thundercats Roar show. It looks terrible. Blah blah blah. Well, you know what? Everyone gets their own opinion. I'm one of those people where I'm going to give a cartoon a chance because, more often than not, I'm surprised that it's actually good. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, it doesn't look like classic Thundercats, but, this is just like the Toys R Us argument or the Last Jedi argument over and over. We love to just get into these things and really hit home our own opinions, and that's fantastic. I think that's what makes nerds, and we all love it. You know what I mean? It's a perfect way to communicate. But it's also important, not to get so upset or, negative towards someone or just not want to even talk to that person. Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone gets to say what they want to say. It's just all about what you think about it at the end of the day. So hopefully the cartoon's good. And like I said in my video when I posted on YouTube a week ago, let's just hope that it brings them out a little bit more, Thundercats merchandise, especially for us older crowd. Let's do some 1980s stuff for the 2000 cartoon. Let's get some stuff for them as well. Just as long as we're getting Thundercats merchandise, I'm going to be a happy camper. So with that being said, just give Thundercats Roar a chance. It's not even until next year, so we have plenty of time and plenty more things to argue and talk about. So until then, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And in moving on from there, I was at Walmart the other day, and I do collect, and I pick and choose what I like. Usually I go for the Mario characters, but Jakks specific in the checkout aisles, especially at Walmart, they have those little mini, I guess they're 2-inch, let's just say, for instance, 2-inch figures. I really like them. I like what they're doing with it. They have, they put out a Dr. Mario figure that I've been looking for quite some time, was able to find him. What I like the best is that he's actually holding a pill. It's crazy to me, and we all know what if you don't know, Dr. Mario is a game. It's kind of like Tetris, where you are fighting off bacteria, and you kind of mix and match them like Tetris bricks, and you have to defeat the viruses. It's just kind of cool to see that Dr. Mario is holding a pill. Kids today, it's important not to treat kids with a dumbed down demeanor. Yes, you should never do pills and get addicted and all that kind of stuff. But if it relates to the video game, I like it. A lot of my friends, I was sending them a video and they're just like, really? Is that thing removable? I'm like, no, that's one of the good things. It's not an actual removable pill, but I don't know. I really like this figure. If you have a chance to get one, they're hitting Walmart stores now. You should be able to find them with Dr. Mario and like a superstar Mario. He's got like the glitterized look and stuff like that. So if you want them, they're in the checkout aisle below the candy in most Walmart stores. So if you want them, hopefully you can find one quick enough. And what was really cool, I have not been able to find this darn figure in stores anywhere, and rightfully so, because I think this was one that was on everyone's top 10, top 5, top 3 list for Star Wars The Black Series, but it's the Grand Moff Tarkin. I can't tell you how many GameStops I've called when they say on their app that it's in stock, and you call them up and they're like, oh, it must be a mistake. So GameStop, get on that. Make sure you got plenty of Tarkins in stock. But just so everyone knows, and a little bit of a heads up, and special shout out to Fly Guy. Go check him out on YouTube. They have an amazing show. Him and Star Wars The Black Series. They do a 6-inch show, and you know, he does reviews. Go check him out on YouTube at Fly Guy Toys and Star Wars The Black Series. Amazing accounts on Instagram. Awesome dudes. They definitely know their Star Wars stuff. However, Fly Guy let me know, I did not know this, that the next wave of Star Wars The Black Series will include Grand Moff Tarkin again. So just in case, if you're freaked out, if you can't find him, do not be paying those overpriced figures. It's just never a good thing. But he will be out again, maybe in a month or two. So if you can be patient, just go ahead and grab him then. And I really think that most people have gotten him this time. And then the second wave, he might actually turn out to be maybe a peg warmer, something like that. So just check him out. Be relaxed and everything. I was able to grab him through this Walmart special, although as of this day, it's already almost a week. Yeah, 7 days ago. I still haven't received it. It's supposed to come tomorrow, Wednesday. They're 2-day shipping. Not really accurate, Walmart. I'm just saying. But like I said, if you're clamoring for a Grand Moff Tarkin, not to worry, he will be out and probably readily available soon enough. And just to further twist the knife, I don't know who created this. Someone with immense talent and illustrative skills. I'll give him that. So if you do know, please private message me or comment below just so I can put a name with a picture. It's been almost a week now. I haven't been able to find out who drew this, but they kind of did like a cartoon mock-up mashup for as an answer to the Thundercats Roar. So it's called Gargoyles Fly, based on the old Disney cartoon, which was fantastic. If you don't have any of the Kenner Gargoyle action figures, they are so cool, and I would love to see the Gargoyles come back in a very serious tone. I do not want a comedy. I will agree with everyone on that. That Gargoyles needs to be a dark and ominous show, much like Batman the Animated Series, and much like it was. Total redo. Let's bring them back. Let's do, complete reboot, but really nail home all that J. Michael Straczynski backstory and the Celtic, and much like real Ghostbusters and stuff, he does such a great job with putting together these fantastic mythological stories. So I would definitely welcome a new Gargoyles animated show. Heck, I would love to see a Gargoyles movie franchise. That could be so cool, especially with what they can do with motion capture technology. But one thing I will say, if you don't have Keith David back as Goliath, don't even bother doing it. No, he's the voice of Spawn and so many other cool characters. You got to have Keith David back as Goliath. But let me know, would you like to see a Gargoyles television show, cartoon, live action, movie, something like that? Would you want to see that come back? Comment below. I want to talk about this because that would be just so amazing. And in Marvel Legend, oh wait, no, not Marvel Legend news, crazy. All I seem to talk about is Marvel Legend news, or Star Wars The Black Series. I actually got a hold of some DC Multiverse figures, and ones that I have been just wanting for so long. And when I say I've been wanting for so long, I actually mean the Clayface Collect and Connect that I saw at SDCC, like, what, a year and a half ago? Just so long ago. I can't even believe it, but I finally have it in hand. I've been doing reviews for them on my YouTube channel, so go and check them out. So far, the wave has been great. I cannot wait to actually get back and get to the Clayface Collect and Connect, because, man, that is an awesome figure. Highly recommend that you try and find this wave. Just, the DC Multiverse has been such a pain to kind of get in store. I don't know why, but they're the astronomical prices even on Amazon and everything else. But I will keep you all posted if I see good sales you know, I'll let you all know. So hopefully you can get yourself a Clayface Collected Connect if you'd like. And then just some quick fun that, you know, I love seeing old commercials for toys and just what they used to put out, 70s, 80s, 90s, especially the 90s. But I came across a Kiss action figure promo that was done by the Mego Corporation back in the day. I love just the tone and the music, and the kids are just like throwing the Kiss dolls around. They're doing all kinds of poses. I could just see kids in the 70s coming over to school like, oh man, I can't wait to play with my Kiss action figures. You know what I mean? That's so crazy. And of course, the other one that I posted was the 1979 Kenner Alien that they actually had to pull from stores, being that it was too scary. You know, people were still able to kind of get it here and there, but that is my ideal figure. It's one of my grails. I cannot wait to finally own one. I've come across them before. For whatever reason, it just never works out where I can get my hands on it. However, that would be the best. My hopeful situation is I go to a garage sale and it's like 50 cents. It's just sitting there. It's complete with a box, you know. Wishful thinking. But let me know, have you guys ever owned one? Have you ever seen one at a yard sale? I've seen so many stories where people just walk up and they're like, oh, it was just sitting there in a box. I'm like, God, I can't even right now. I'm so freaking jealous. Anyways, let me know if you ever come across one. And if you're an Aliens fan, are you a NECA Toys Alien fan, or maybe Mafex? Some of the other companies that do it, let me know which is your favorite company that handles the Alien franchise. And in moving on, it was a very happy World Turtle Day, and I hope that you all had a chance to hang out with your turtles, be it action figure form or, you know, live action, real life turtles. I didn't even know this was a thing, I'm going to be honest with you, but, you know, when I do my internet searches through the week and see what's coming up and how I can apply them to action figures and such, I came across World Turtle Day, and it's everything, you know, turtle-ish, so to speak, and has been going on since the year 2000. So, you know, that's 18 years worth of turtle time, I guess. Turtle power. Why not turtle power? Anyways, Tortoise Rescue, they do, you know, great work. Everything is about, you know, keeping these kind of rare species alive and going, and that means a lot. You know what I mean? That's a really cool thing, and that's something that everyone should be a part of, and preserving, you know, animal species and life and everything, because it's all very, very special. Just the fact that we even have these kind of creatures around us, that's totally wild to me. And plus, if you're a Ninja Turtle fan, I mean, why not? I had a turtle growing up. His name was Raphael, little box turtle. And you know, many of you actually said like, yeah, we couldn't have a dog or a cat, but always had a turtle or a hamster, something like that. But just really cool. Let me know how you celebrated World Turtle Day, if you did. And, you know, like I said, everyone just raise a Ninja Turtle figure in homage to Turtle Day. And in moving on with more Star Wars news. Now, Star Wars is going to get heavy-handed this week, and actually it was kind of a breath of fresh air. I haven't really covered on Star Wars other than the fact that the Solo was going to be coming out. However, on the newest episode of the Star Wars show, we got our first look at the Black Series L337, and if you haven't seen Solo Star Wars movie, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's a character that kind of people are decisive on. In terms of how I like the character, I liked the design, I liked how the character acted in certain circumstances. I would not compare her to Jar Jar Binks by any means. People are kind of going a little dramatic with that one. Nothing compares to Jar Jar Binks, as we all know. However, I would not shy away from a Jar Jar Binks Black Series. I'm just saying, that would be kind of a cool toy to own. He is a good designed character. It's just the personality that totally killed it for me, and I think everyone else. But I will say, with this L337, and we did get a little bit better look, it looks a little plastic. I'm waiting, of course, to see it in hand. It might look a little better. This could be a prototype, which it most likely is, but it will be out later in the year. So that being said, a little bit more weathering, maybe a little bit more dirtiness to the parts. I think that's what really makes the character stand out. It looks like a disheveled, very used droid in that sense. So I hope it looks a lot better in the packaging. Put a little airbrush, dry brush, a little black wash maybe going on, Hasbro. And I think you will definitely have people sold. You got me sold either way, because I need to complete my collection. But just in terms of making an awesome figure and in one go around, so we don't have to do it again later. Hint, hint. Yeah, make it a little bit more Star Wars-ish in terms of dirtying it up. And then moving into more cartoon news, Netflix has revealed that their original series, in conjunction with Matt Groening, you know, of course, Simpsons and Futurama creator, they will be coming out with a brand new cartoon called Disenchantment, and it's roughly going to be in the same vein as The Simpsons and Futurama, in the sense it's a kind of like a fantasy comedy adventure, which the animation looks fantastic, very much in vein with how Futurama was. And it's going to be set in a place called Dreamland, and it will follow Bean, Elfo, and Lucy on their various adventures. A lot of the same voice cast will be returning as Futurama, not in a sense of a starring roles, but more in supporting. John DiMaggio, Maurice LaMarche, Billy West, of course. So I'm very much looking forward to this. I think it's going to be quite a fantastic cartoon. Fingers crossed. And this will be hitting in August. I believe it's August 12th. It'll hit Netflix, all 13 episodes of the first run. And like I said, I was very happy to be getting some more of the DC Multiverse, the Clayface Collect and Connect waves, so I posted a review. The first figure, I kind of did like a little bit of a poll, which one do you want me to do first? Unanimously, it was Batwoman, so that was cool. And it's a great figure. Go ahead and check out my review on YouTube. Highly recommend it. It's a little bit of a flat black figure with a lot of red going on. But I like what they did, and I like that they're trying, you know, new things with the articulation. So hopefully they just continue that and maybe give us some ankle rock and pivot. That would be fantastic. But then also the next day, user and actually toy designer and artist at JFABOK, so JFabic, go and check him out. He worked on the new DC Collectibles line, Deathstroke, Batman, Flash, Reverse Flash. They're actually looking pretty decent. I'm going to say, and a lot of you pointed out, I didn't even notice because I was driving while I was posting this, which you should not do. A little light in the accessories, especially with Deathstroke, Batman. It would have been nice to see maybe a little bit more effort put in with the Flash and Reverse Flash. I don't even think they come with any accessories. And if these are going to be 25 to 30 bucks, like I believe that they're rumored to be, you got to give us a little bit more accessories. I know that it goes a long way with paint, design, and sculpt and all that kind of stuff, but without the accessories, that's the whole point of an action figure, is to put them in, you know, poses if you'd like, and really nail home the fact that you want this on your desk. So when you just have a figure without the accessories, what's the point? You know what I mean? It's no good. So DC Collectibles, please, just from going further, make sure you put a little bit more accessories in. And otherwise, the figures are looking pretty great, I have to say. And I might be checking out the Batman and the Deathstroke, not gonna lie. Moving on, and oh man, this is crazy. So SH Figuarts had like a massive toy unveiling at a convention over in Asia, and they're absolutely killing it with these Star Wars figures. And I really want to see Black Series take that as like, okay, this is a challenge. I'm gonna step up my game. Mind you, we are at a significant price difference, especially, you know, from $20 to more of a 60, 70, 80, depending on which figure you get for SH Figuarts. But SH Figuarts, man, their figures are fantastic looking. The sculpt, the paint, the articulation, it's all really great stuff. And the thing I like the most is, and this is probably my #1 figure that I wanted from The Last Jedi, and I don't understand. What are you doing, Black Series? Let's get this going. It's the final force projection Luke Skywalker, but it's like the classic what you want to see old man Luke Skywalker. You know, he did look good in his white robe and like all that kind of stuff, but this would be the penultimate look for such an iconic character. And say what you will about the movie and all that stuff, we're not talking about that. I still like the figure. I like the design of what they did with Luke at the very end. So definitely, you know, this might be a figure that I have to get and start off my SH Figuarts, you know, collecting. And I know that they fit in quite well usually with Black Series. So Black Series, if you're not going to be giving me one of these figures, I'm definitely going to be purchasing an SH Figuarts. So just a heads up, if you do to this figure, Hasbro, make sure you do it right, because, you know, he's going to need that blue light. Do not package Luke Skywalker again without a lightsaber. I cannot stress that enough. That is just the worst idea ever. I still can't believe that you guys did that. Even spoilers aside or anything, we knew he was going to use a lightsaber. I don't care what you guys say. That was such a missed opportunity and a letdown. How could you not package Luke Skywalker with his lightsaber? That is crazy. I mean, even give us a hilt at that point. You know what I mean? If you don't want to give us the blade, but man, oh man, missed opportunity. SH Figuarts, the Jawa, Luke Skywalker, even R5-D4. God dang, you're absolutely killing it. You're going to make me into a customer, SH Figuarts. I'm just giving that heads up. So tell me what you think. Are you guys SH Figuarts collectors? Do you have, what's the greatest figure? Everyone always tells me Boba Fett is the way to go. But comment below. Let me know, what is your favorite SH Figuarts Star Wars figure that they have released thus far? And man, oh man, just going off into the imports again, Mayfax with their, we'll just call him the Amazing well, actually, that's what he's called, the Amazing Spider-Man figure that they're going to be coming out with in January, February of 2019. We just have to wait a little bit, be patient. But this is what it is. It's a McFarlane-esque Spider-Man. It looks fantastic. They were kind of showing off the head sculpt, although we had seen it in loose photos before. But dang, if he doesn't look good, the articulation, the promo shots of what they're showing on the box and how you can get this figure into new poses. He's got a stand. He's got the removable mask. You're killing it. I want this figure yesterday. Okay, so just as a heads up, you got to get this figure. Man, he's going to run you about 80-90 bucks, but from what I'm seeing, I think it's going to be great. I don't know if we've actually been shown if he comes with webbing. I really hope that he does, but you know what? I already have a Mezco Amazing Spider-Man that I can always use the webs with. I'm sure it will probably link up. Fingers crossed, at least. But let me know, what do you guys think about this figure? Have you already pre-ordered them? I know a ton of you have told me that. And I'm really, really happy that this figure is resonating so well with everyone. And then in moving on, later down the week, I did another review of the Clayface Collect and Connect figure. This time it was the Batman All-Star Two-Face. I'm not really too familiar, like I said in my review, that, my Two-Face knowledge actually resides with Bruce Timm and the animated universe in that sense. However, I know about the old, comics and all that kind of stuff. This Two-Face, not really a big fan of the design, not gonna lie. It's a good figure, cool colors. I like that they gave him multiple hands, even with a twisted quarter and then a regular quarter, and doing the whole heads or tails thing that he's known for. But, check out the review, make the decision for yourself. He's good if you want to build the Clayface. If not, I would say kind of he's like a pass. It's just not a figure that really does it for me. Could have been a little bit better. Maybe had different, maybe a little bit different heads. The other thing I didn't really mention in my review, but Two-Face, the whole point is that his entire, left side is scarred. Why is the hand not scarred? I don't know. I don't know the backstory. It's probably just his face, yada yada, however it got done. But I'm just looking for a little bit more when it comes to sculpt and design and everything. And that also kind of segues back because Hasbro gave us the first official looks at the L337 from Solo, a Star Wars story, and how I said a couple minutes ago that the design, the sculpt is there, a little bit more weathering. It's an odd figure, I think, to put into an action figure form. I'd like to see more hanging wires like it kind of did. It may or may not. You have to reserve it until you see it in the actual packaging and you have it in hand. But it will have to be, just probably the pictures. We'll have to wait and see. Now, I did go searching for the Infinity War Wave 2 of Marvel Legends. Came up with nothing. I did see Malekith in a GameStop that was close by to me, but I'm one of those people, I like to get the whole wave all in one go, and I really don't think Malekith will be that hard to get. The SDCC the SDCC version from last year was actually a great figure. I understand why they re-released him. However, I don't really feel like Malekith would have been a great figure to kind of put in this wave. Maybe one of the Black Order, something like that. I know they like to round it out, half comic book, half movie usually, but it's not much of a paint difference. Maybe they could have given us a different head, different retooling, something like that, just to make it a little bit better. But I did come across the 6-inch, kind of like I always say, like the kids version of Marvel Legends, minimal articulation. But this Iron Spider has the arms, the backpack, all that kind of stuff. So I definitely had to pick him up. He's sitting on my shelf right now. I really, really like him. He's a great figure to pick up. He's pretty much Marvel Legends ready. I'm not going to lie. He just doesn't have, like I said, all the articulation. Put him in your collection amidst your other figures. He disappears and, works well because you're not going to know that, isn't exactly a quote-unquote Marvel Legends figure. But if you can find him, pick him up. I definitely love the claw, or I guess the extra Iron Spider arms. What were those called? Those were the somebody wrote in and told me it. Anyways, comment below, let me know, because I'm having a total, mind drain right now. Not enough coffee this morning. I know I'm going to come up with it later in the video, and when I do, I will actually say it. But let me know what you think. Oh, they're called Waldos. That's what it is. I was like, I kept saying in my head, I'm like, how do I associate this with remembering where's Waldo? Yeah, that's simple tips and tricks. Anyways, his Waldos come in the packaging. Highly recommend this figure. Definitely grab him if you see him in stores. And then a couple weeks ago, Hasbro had a little contest, sort of like an unboxing contest to figure out which fan they would have to their actual Rhode Island, business of Hasbro. And they did a special unveiling of a new Star Wars The Black Series. And I kind of had a feeling, I had known this was rumored for a while, and I felt, well, either they're going to do something totally we haven't seen, or it's going to be something they've kind of rumored, and then, of course, yes, that's what it was. It's going to be the Enfys Nest swoop bike. If you haven't seen Solo yet, and we'll get to that in just a second, I love this character, and I love the design, I love the bike. I just have to have this figure. I have it in the 3 3/4 inch. It's on my desk. I love it. It's just a expertly designed Star Wars, character. It's just so cool. Very, Boba Fett, Darth Vader, that whole mysterious looking thing. Solo, I would have preferred not to know, I guess, who is behind the mask, just so maybe this character could come back later. But I'm just saying, if you're a big fan of Star Wars The Black Series, this is definitely going to be one that you have to pick up. And then, man oh man, I mean, I think you guys seem to like this. However, I think this is probably the most torn we've ever been in terms of a Marvel Legends figure, let alone an action figure set. But the long-rumored final Marvel Studios, the first 10 years set of Marvel Legends is going to be coming out later this year, has been revealed. And I had kind of known this for a while. It was, of course, it was going to be Iron Man, Strange. There was, as far as I knew, there was supposed to be a Iron Spider somewhere, and I don't know how that's really going to go now. It's kind of a mysterious thing. Maybe they'll do an extra exclusive or something like that. Fingers crossed it'll be easy to find if they do this. But I knew that they were going to be re-releasing the Thanos Build-A-Figure, and it was going to be a retooled thing, mainly because you have to understand that they get these character designs long in advance. It takes 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 1,500 months to make these figures and to get them right and to get the, the marketing and the promotional and the packaging and like all that good stuff. So now that they've kind of had a little bit more time to work on it, yeah, they are going to be releasing Thanos, better color scheme, a lot more, detail that looks like open-handed glove, for the Infinity Gauntlet. That'll be nice. Extra head. One's a snarling. One's like, it kind of looks like when they're, on his back and they're trying to pull the glove off. He's kind of in that like hyper sleep that Mantis puts him in, but I can't really tell through the photo, but that's just kind of what it looks like. The Doctor Strange, pretty much a re-release. He's going to have some time stone effects for his wrist. Looks like an extra hand. But one of the coolest things I have to say, even though we're not getting, the parts that I would like to see with Iron Man, especially with this, armor from the movie and all the crazy stuff that it can do, we're getting a light-up arc reactor. I don't know exactly what that means or what that entails, if it's going to be like super bright or it's just like a gimmicky kind of thing. Then you got to worry about batteries in the chest and years from now and, corrosion. All that really, really fun stuff that I think most of us action figure collectors know what happens when you leave a toy in storage or something like that. However, I will say I'm probably going to be picking this box set up, and when I say probably, it's, I'm gonna be picking it up. I have to have them all. It's just a thing that happens with us collectors. However, let me know what you think. Are you mad about this box set? Are you stoked about this box set? Or are you a little bit in between? Because, it looks like a dang good Thanos. That's just what I'm going to say. So let me know. What are your thoughts on this? Let's talk about Marvel Studios, the first 10 years. Also, what about the other figures that they have slated out? There's like a bunch that I want to get, even though I'm not a big, movie fan collector. Yeah, I just, there's a bunch in this wave I think I absolutely have to have. So let me know, what are your favorites and which ones will you absolutely be getting? Also, really quick, they released a little bit better, high quality photos of the Red Skull. Now, we did see this at New York Toy Fair, so we all knew this was coming. It's just a little bit better photo. You're getting multiple heads, so you can either make the Red Skull himself or maybe like a Hydra soldier. Something in that extent from the Captain America, the First Avenger movie. I'm digging this. I'll definitely be picking up. I will admit, some of you kind of pointed out, and I agree, the Red Skull face could have been a little bit brighter. He's not a dark red. He's a very kind of illuminated red, almost like a cherry red. So I believe, maybe just the way the picture looks, maybe this looks a little dark, but I would prefer to have seen a little bit brighter red on the skull head. And the face needs a little work. Not gonna lie, I'm not bummed that the figure's coming out, but if you're gonna do it right, maybe we can use a different head, like a comic version head or something like that to kind of just cement it down. But in either case, we're going to get some cool Hydra soldiers. A lot of you are going to be army building, so that is always a good thing. And in moving on, finally, I've been waiting, and really looking forward to it. I'm a big Star Wars fan, and while it's fun to speculate, do all that kind of stuff, completely avoided spoilers. For the most part, there was one, somebody had to comment something which I was not aware of, so please, from now on, don't write stuff, don't say things and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't help anybody, it's really kind of a messed up thing to do. So just so you know, on my channel I will never promote spoilers or anything before a movie. That's just not cool. However, this was the funny thing. Got to Regency Theaters, sat down, movie starts to play, you get all these trailers, like 20 minutes worth of trailers. Marvel logo comes up, and I'm like, what? Why would this be happening? I'm like, did they do something? Are they trying something new? Deadpool 2 comes up on the screen. I immediately sat up. I'm like, oh my god, I'm in the wrong theater. Jump up out of my seat, run out. I'm like looking around. There's only one theater upstairs, and I'm like, how did I get in the wrong theater? Turn around, all these people are filtering out of the theater themselves, thinking the exact same thing. What happened was they put the wrong movie on, took about an hour to get everything fixed, ended up moving us downstairs, gave us free popcorn, an extra ticket to go back and see any movie we wanted. So Regency Theaters, thank you very much. I know mistakes like that happen. It's not a big deal. One or two people were kind of really upset, and they were quickly quieted down by most people, because it's like, look, it's a total mistake. It's not intentional. Just relax. They totally made up for it. I really appreciate it. And the best part about it was, I love the movie. The movie was fantastic. Such a great installment to Star Wars. It has its, minor problems here and there, but as the most part, I highly recommend it. I think you're going to enjoy it. And, people that are saying, oh, it's not my Han Solo and yada yada. Look, just be thankful we're getting a Star Wars movie. And I don't ever want to be Star Wars fatigued. I think they should finish off the new trilogy and then take a break. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting a little Star Wars out, if we're being quite honest. However, I am enjoying what they're doing, and I like this a lot better than The Last Jedi. I will say that. I like The Last Jedi, but this one is a lot more in tune with Star Wars that I'm used to, and seeing all these new worlds and new characters, and just, man, that Lady Proxima, that was totally out of nowhere, but I loved it. I want a figure of that. So Hasbro, if you're listening, next Black Series figure, Lady Proxima, just saying, just give us every character, I don't even care, but Lady Proxima, high on the list in terms of things. So if you haven't seen Solo, again, I think you'll really like it, and let me know what you think. I'll buy it, be it good, be it bad, still want to talk about it, as I enjoy talking about it with all you guys, so let me know. And in sweet Netflix binging news, The Toys That Made Us premiered their second season, and it was awesome. I love this show. I love what they're doing with this stuff. I can't get enough. Totally sucks that it's over in 4 episodes and you're just like, God, I want some more. But seriously, they did the Transformers, they did Star Trek. Star Trek one was actually really fascinating. I like that a lot. Also, the Hello Kitty. As much as I know about Hello Kitty and like all that stuff, but it's cool to find out, and they make it so interesting and engaging. Like the Barbie one, that was really cool. The Lego one, like they're all great episodes, and the interviews and the reactions that they get from the people that were there and created all these timeless toys and such. It's like a breath of fresh air to see. It's not the same old like, yeah, I designed the toy and it's cool. It's like you're getting an honest look, like, oh man, I hated this, or I hate when they did this, or I was slated and I cut up my sock to make a Jawa jacket. It's a very real look. It's not, scripted or made up. It seems like it's very real interviews of people that were very real in creating and being, you know, artistic in the design and everything else like that. So Toys That Made Us, man, check it out if you haven't. It's fantastic. I even got my friends who do not give any cares about toys or anything in general. They love the show. Such a cool documentary. Definitely check it out. Please make a 3rd season, 4th season. Keep it going. More episodes. Man, tell me below, what would you like to see them cover? Personally, I would like to see Ghostbusters, Playmates toys, Ninja Turtles, you know, Kenner, all that stuff. Just do them all. It's, man, I can't say enough nice things about this show. So hopefully they keep it going. I'm sure they will. The numbers have been astronomical. So Toys That Made Us, you're rocking it. Keep it up. Moving on, we're going in the Hot Toys realm right now, and I came across this picture. I thought it was a movie still or something like that. Then you look at, they have joints and they got, you know, hinges, and it's crazy the level of detail that Hot Toys are able to achieve here. And while I have no Hot Toys, I've always wanted to take that wild ride into getting them. Most of you wrote in that collect them. One guy even sent me a bunch of pictures of his collection. God dang, it's a fantastic collection. They're all in a glass case with lighting, and wow, do they look so friggin' awesome. They're going to set you back hundreds of dollars, but if you're like a true action figure collector in the sense that you got to have the utmost quality and perfectness, man, Hot Toys I think is the way to go. I'm going to have to eventually get one of them. Let me know, which one should I really start off on? I know they got crazy, crazy Star Wars figures. The Guardians of the Galaxy right here. I mean, how do you... I don't know. It's mind-blowing to me. I was showing somebody Memorial Day. I was like, I'm like, what do you think about this picture? And they're looking at it. I'm like, these are action figures. And they go, no. And you know what I mean? It was completely taken aback. And, you know, when you can get that kind of reaction as somebody, and somebody who just doesn't even care about toys in general or something like that, I think that's awesome. So, Hot Toys... I'm going to have to be a customer soon, because I feel like in order to really give you guys the utmost opinions on things and let you know, I gotta know firsthand. So let me know, which Hot Toys should I get? Which is like the best one, or just the one that I should start my collection off with? Because honestly, with Hot Toys, it's not so much a price thing. It's just I'm so used to, you know, I go into a store and I buy them and stuff. And you know, if they sold these in stores, I'd probably have already been there long, long ago. But let me know, which Hot Toys should I start off with? And do you collect Hot Toys? And if so, how many you got? How do you display them? I want to know all the deets. Sound off below. And just in continuing on with the Jakks specifics, so when I found the Dr. Mario, I went back a couple days later to Walmart, I was checking out, and they had the little red bomb that I really, really liked from Super Mario 64. If you guys remember, it's when you got to open up the cannons in the game in each particular level, but, you know, just that, and... Sorry, but you can hear that sound. A lot of you have commented, you know, I can hear the Nintendo music just from looking at this one iconic little bomb. So that, I think, achieves a lot just in terms of nostalgic reasons and everything else that's just so cool that Nintendo can only bring. So, again, if you're looking for these figures, they're little 2-inch little people. They're in, where I get them from is the Walmart section right at the checkout. They're below the candy. There's a couple little, I think there's a Disney kind of doll section, but usually front and center, you'll see the World of Nintendo figures, bottom shelf, big old, you know, little cardboard box full of these things. Luigi, I think there's a Princess Peach, there's a Bomb, there's Dr. Mario, there's all those cool things. So, oh, and you can also get them from Walgreens. They're packaged a little bit differently, but Walgreens has their own little versions, exclusives, yada yada. So in either case, go check them out and tell me if you find them and which one's your favorite. And this I just posted for fun. I was online and looking at stuff late in the night, and I came across this picture. Now, for those of you who say Thundercats Roar is ruining your childhood or, you know, whatever, I really don't like when people say that. That sounds so dumb. I'm sorry, but don't. That's so dramatic. You know, come on. You can't ever ruin our childhood. We had the best stuff if you grew up in the 80s. Come on, if we're being quite honest. We had all the best of the best stuff. It's really hard to ruin that for me, because I still got all the figures, or I got all the cartoons, so, you know, good luck in ruining it, because we grew up with that, with the rad stuff. Now they're just making weird cartoons. Anyways, this is the Thundercats live-action stage show that was in correlation with Gumby, like the little green guy, no joke. They did this back in the 80s, and the costumes are quite terrifying. Panthro's forehead looks like Sloth from the Goonies. And Tigra, you know, Snarf looks especially terrifying. Like, oh my god. But I gotta say, Lionel, he looks pretty powerful, pretty cool. And Chitara, she's looking pretty fly. So it just goes to show you, just like much of the Ninja Turtles or anything, you're not going to like everything that they do with our favorite brands and IPs, but it's the weirdness. How cool is this, though? I mean, think about that. They did a Thundercats stage show. How many people knew about that? I didn't know about that. I did a bunch of research, and it didn't do very well, so that's why I was kind of swept underneath the rug. But I just, could you imagine being a little kid being like, you know what? I got to go see the Thundercats stage show, or I got to go see the Ninja Turtle one, which that was just, I remember going to see that. That was terrifying too. I didn't understand. I was like, why are they doing like Ninja Turtle stuff? They're just singing about liking rock and roll and pizza, and then Splinter started singing. I don't know. It was a weird thing. But in all seriousness, when we talk about how, new stuff's coming out with things that we grew up with and such, man, just be happy that kids are growing up with cool stuff or things that they might think is cool, and don't let the whole, oh, you ruined my childhood thing get to you so much, because like I said, we had the cool stuff. That's forever ours. You can't take that from me. So give it a chance. Give Thundercats Roar a chance. I'm not backing down. I don't care. It's my own opinion, and just give it a chance. That's all I'm gonna say. But don't give the live action stage show a chance. That's just, I don't know about that. And this is really cool. So calling all San Diego natives or Orange County or anywhere else that you want to take the drive to San Diego, maybe for the weekend, maybe for the day. There is going to be a super awesome Pin and Patch Con. It's the world's first wearable art convention. It's going to be June 16th of 2018, just to specify, just in case people think it's next year. It's going to be at the San Diego State University Montezuma Hall. It's going to have so much crazy stuff going on, everything that's artistic, pins and patches, and probably a lot of other cool nerd pop culture stuff going on. However, you're going to have, the Black Series Rebels are going to be there, a bunch of other people, Johnny Cupcakes, Yesterdays, Let's Print LA, Alex is awesome. If you know those names, take a look at the poster that I have right here, or go to @PinandPatchCon, or go to the pinandpatchcon.com if you want to see everyone that's going to be exhibiting. The people there, they were nice enough to ask me to kind of cover the convention, so I'll be there on the 16th. I'll be taking lots of photos, showing the convention off, all that good stuff that only Toy Shiz can bring you, and I hope that you can all make it. Go ahead and grab your tickets, June 16th. Hope to see you all there. Let's make an awesome day out of such a sweet and cool convention. Moving on to some Hasbro Power of the Primes Transformers news. I have been looking for this dang figure for months now. I always show up, I guess, too late. If you see Optimus Prime, I guess now, you just missed him, and it's happened to me a few times. But oddly enough, I was at Target one night, came across him. This is the Power of the Primes Rodimus Unicronus, and I'm not too familiar with this character, but he looks pretty, cool. It's a repaint, unfortunately, of Rodimus Prime, the one that kind of came out in Wave 1 of Power of the Primes. However, he kind of reminds me of Lemmy Kilmister from the band Motorhead. Now, Lemmy did pass away, it's almost been a year, I think. But yeah, if you are a fan of Motorhead and you don't tell me that this looks like Lemmy, all he needs is a bottle of Jack Daniels at this point, or I'm sorry, Jack Daniels Motor Oil. Is that a little more PC? Anyways, he's available. I've been finding him at Target. Most people have been finding it at Walmart and Target. So either way, you can pick him up. He's $45 at Target. So hopefully you can come across one. He does seem to be a little bit hard to find, even though a lot of you wrote in and said you've been seeing him everywhere. This was the first time of me seeing him. But the UPC is 630-509-66273. So I hope that it kind of helps in you locating him if you're a Transformers fan, or if you're just maybe a Motorhead fan and you just and you want to add this to your shelf. I definitely recommend him. He's definitely a cool looking figure. Also, he's got that sweet handlebar mustache. It reminds me of like an Evil Universe. I know they're going for an evil alternate version of Hot Rod or Rodimus, but I just love, that's what makes you evil, is when you have a mustache or a handlebar mustache. I think that's hilarious. So definitely check out this figure if you like to grab him. And in a really quick unboxing, or I called it an unenveloping, I received a few real Ghostbusters figures in the mail. This was, you know, obviously the Kenner Real Ghostbusters. I've been sort of, you know, reclaiming all the old Ghostbusters that I have. A lot of them were sold off, or they're kind of broken, or just ones I just didn't have in general. So, you know, I always try to complete my collections. It's always kind of fun to start off slow when you find them in weird places and things like that. So in order for me to get this little green gooper guy that I wanted, I had to already get 2 figures that I had, but it's totally cool with me. Just, it was, I mean, the price was unbeatable. I'm not gonna, it was just honestly a couple bucks, but I really enjoy doing videos like this. I think you guys seem to enjoy them too, so I'll have much more on the horizon. Let me know if you were a big fan of the real Ghostbusters or just Kenner action figures in general. Which ones did you have? Which ones are you missing? Let me know. Let's talk about the real Ghostbusters. And going forward with NECA, now, NECA Toys, you all know about their sculpts and their exclusives and everything else. They do it up perfect. If it's an exclusive, it usually stays an exclusive with NECA. That's one thing I really like about them. But they have been releasing simultaneously throughout the week several of their upcoming SDCC exclusives. Now, they're going to be doing a kind of a new line, the director inspired by Guillermo del Toro, not Benicio. Guillermo del Toro, the director of, like, let's say, Hellboy and Pan's Labyrinth and everything else. They're going to be doing a whole line devoted to his movies, which allows for a lot of creatures, a lot of different horror-inspired things. So that's going to be a cool one to take interest in, I think, especially if you're a big fan of his movies. To start it off, though, they're going to be doing a special figure of Guillermo del Toro himself. It will be $40, only limited to 2,000 figures. So if you're going to be going to Comic-Con, you want to pre-order the figure. Pre-orders will be coming up soon. But just as a heads up, if you want this figure, it might be a little bit hard to get because people, if it's a new line, you want to start this off correctly and collect them, this is going to be the one to get. I'm sure they're going to do some other, you know, crazy reveals as this week goes on or even into next week. Fingers crossed for Alien, Batman, Superman, Predator. God, I want those figures. He comes with a little book. You know, it's a notebook that he writes all his ideas down. I think that's a nice accessory. Cloth goods, shirt, jacket, all that good stuff. So let me know if this interests you. Do you want a Guillermo del Toro action figure? Will you be starting a new collection with NECA? Sound off below. Let me know. And again, the Star Wars news just keeps coming. We kind of get a little bit of a taste, a little bit of rumor the other day that a Val from the Star Wars or Solo, a Star Wars movie, they were going to be making a Black Series version of this character. And yes, and in fact, they released official photos and all that good stuff. So a Val from the movie is definitely coming. I think the figure and the promotional images look fantastic. I really actually like this character a lot. I like Thandie Newton, you know, as an actress. I love her in Westworld. If you haven't seen that show yet, man, what are you doing? Go check that out immediately. But, and not to give anything away in Star Wars, you know, it's just one of those characters, comes and goes, and, you know, minimal screen time, just saying. However, lasting effect, really like the character, greatly looking forward to adding her to my Star Wars collection. Let me know what you think of the character. You know, is this be something that you're interested in? It's definitely not going to be a Zuvio situation, as some of you have kind of pointed out, but just, I like the sculpt, I like the design, totally looks like the actress, so hopefully, you know, that face print technology will make it look even better when you have the figure in hand. And I'm excited to announce that the awesome people over at, and this is this is so cool. It's called The Empire Strips Back. It is a Star Wars burlesque parody show. Humongous show in Australia. You know what I mean? Just blowing up. They're doing a California tour all along the coast, but for one night only in San Diego, downtown at the Spreckles Theater on June 2nd. They will be doing the show, and they've actually asked me to come and, you know, just report about the show it off to all you guys. I'm so excited to go to this. I think it's going to be a wild time just in seeing all the promotional videos and images and stuff like that. This is going to be crazy. This is right up my alley in terms of like a creative thing to do with a brand we all know and love. Now, many of you have asked, no, Disney and Hasbro and everything else are not linked with this at all. This is purely a fan-inspired, created event. hopefully they don't get shut down anytime soon, and that, you know, the Disney money, you know, will kind of come into effect. But man, I tell you what, just the costumes, the design, the overall creativity that I have seen just in the few instances of them sending me promotional things, I can't wait for this. This is going to be amazing. I'm so happy and so stoked to be covering the event. It really means a lot, you know, that they would have me even for this. I created a promotional video for them. It's going to be fantastic. If you're in San Diego, if you're anywhere in the area and you want to buy tickets, tickets are still available now. Go ahead and head to theempirestripsback.com. Go check them out on Instagram. They're amazing. Like I said, this is going to be a very fun time, and if you can't make it, I'm very happy to be able to show it off and just update and just tell you all about the show. Anyways, look forward to that next weekend, June 2nd. I'll have all the good deets. Hope to see you there. Go get your tickets now. And in yet more Star Wars news, a Boba Fett movie has been announced. Not officially, and I probably should have said this more in my post, because a lot of you are like, well, I'm not seeing this anywhere. No Star Wars sites reporting this. Well, it is being reported on, I assure you. It's not officially announced by Disney just yet, but they are in the works, and, you know, a little bit of a secrecy thing. They are going to be doing a Boba Fett movie. Now, exactly what that entails is yet to be, you know, seen. I'm not exactly sold on the idea of a Boba Fett movie. What I would like to see is a bounty hunter movie. Maybe Boba Fett is the villain, and he's going up against, I don't know, Dash Rendar. That would be kind of cool. Maybe have it set after Return of the Jedi, you know, just to kind of give that, well, Boba Fett's still alive kind of thing. I would really, really like that. I like the character of Boba Fett. It's one of my favorite Star Wars characters, as I'm sure a lot of you feel that way. I don't really need to know his backstory. I just want to see this dude just blowing things up, shooting people, doing what a bounty hunter does, you know, and just reaping the benefits. I really would like to see, like I said, Dash Rendar, or even some new characters. Maybe they got to get away Terminator style from Boba Fett. That would be kind of cool. Just Disney, if you're listening, I know you're not. Why would you watch this show? But I'm just saying, on the slim chance that you are, do not do an origin story of Boba Fett. I do not care. It's already been done on the Clone Wars. Even, yeah, just Clone Wars. They never meant to Rebels with Boba Fett. But I'm just saying, keep it light. Keep it just an awesome, awesome movie. Go crazy, you know, with the designs. Go crazy with the characters and the droids and everything else that you want to show us. Give us something we've never seen in a Star Wars movie. I know that's getting harder and harder to do. I don't want to see Jedi. I don't want to see Han Solo or any of the characters, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's a big backstory between Han and him, at least at this point. I don't want there to be. I think it's a mutual thing. He's a bounty hunter. Han's a smuggler. They know about each other. Fine, keep it that. Don't put the characters that we know in this movie. Go crazy. Give us all new stuff. People we've never seen. Do not have it link up to any sort of rebellion or Darth Maul, just for, you know, for laughs. But I'm just saying, like, just do it right, do it cool, and make this movie the movie that we want to see, but that we deserve, I guess you could say, for liking a character for so many years for Boba Fett. And that's all I'm going to say, but just keep it awesome, and then go crazy with the action figures. And just about rounding it up for this weekly recoup, this is really cool. I posted this actually this morning. A guy that goes by Scruffy Looking Workshop, man, he created a 6-inch scale First Order Kylo Ren's personal transport. And if you've ever wondered why we're not getting 6-inch vehicles that are ships or the Death Star, for obvious reasons, this is insane. It's 1.92 meters tall. It looks immense. It's crazy. Could you imagine this thing on the shelf, you know, when you walk into Target? This is why we don't get things like this. As ideal, it would be, where are you going to put this thing? I don't have any room for this. This would take up, you know, half the house. It'd be an awesome centerpiece to have, but dang, if you don't have a giant, and I'm stressing that, giant collector's room, then you're going to be out of luck. But it's nice to see what could be maybe maybe along the lines, you know, a Hasbro Lab exclusive or something like that. I'm just saying it's probably not going to happen, but I think the barge is as big as they're gonna go with scaled in universe vehicles and all that good stuff. But please go check out this guy's work. Watch his YouTube videos. He has subtitles, so you'll have no problem understanding what he's saying and things like that. I am actually going to take his challenge and create my own Stormtrooper doll, like you saw Jyn Erso had in the Rogue One. Looks easy enough. My friend's a good woodworker, so he's going to be helping me out. When I do this, I will be taking videos and showing you the process, see how easy it is. But I'm taking that challenge. I want one of those dang dolls for my shelf in my office, so definitely going to be making that. Again, please go check him out on Instagram at Scruffy Looking Workshop, exactly how it sounds. Go watch his YouTube videos and definitely check out his work. And finally, the number one last thing that you guys have to have for this weekly recoup, just on pre-order at Amazon. You got to check it out. This is the Enfys Nest Black Series that they unveiled through the Hasbro Pulse and all that good stuff. It's on Amazon right now. You can go pre-order it. It will be released on July 25th. Looks fantastic. Love the character. I'm going to leave you with that. If you want them, go get them. Probably shouldn't be that hard to find in stores, not going to lie, but if you want to save gas and time. I have not seen another dewback. I will say that, unless they're, they plan on re-releasing them or something like that. The Star Wars vehicles seem to go, the Black Series at least, the vehicles seem to go pretty fast. The centerpieces, not so much. Have been seeing a lot of, the Black Series helmets like Darth Vader and stuff like that. But if you want Enfys Nest, like I said, Amazon, pre-order, July 25th, $60, free shipping. Go get it right now. And with that, I'm going to leave you with all the news and everything that we just covered. Let me know below what was your favorite thing of the week. What's something that you absolutely have to have out of all the coverage I provided? Comment below. Let me know. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe and hit the notification bell to find out when I produce more videos just like this. If you're on Twitter or Instagram, please follow me at Toy Shiz. I'm also on Facebook if you want to go that route. Everything I usually post from those two accounts ends up on Facebook anyways. It's just, I try to be as consistent in everything on all my social media platforms. So with that, I'll leave you. I want you to have a fantastic week. I hope everyone had a great Memorial Day weekend. I hope you all have some good food, drink some great coffee, but most of all, hope you collect some amazing action figures. Please share with me what you find. I'm always interested to see what you got. Email me at toyshiz@gmail.com or private message me on my Instagram account. I'm always happy to talk toys. I'll leave you all with that. I'll talk to you all soon. Adios.